What's crackin', movie trivia Schmoedown fans? It's your boy C-Dub, and today we got in the teams division, the Pride, with Ben Goddard and Rachel Silvestrini taking on the Butcher Boys with Owen Mugen and Vinny Mancuso. We have yet to see the Butcher Boys in the league, so we really don't know what they're capable of. We've seen Rachel, she's dominant when it comes to animation and Disney movies. Ben Goddard, he took down RB3 in his debut match. So I think I gotta lean with the Pride on this one. Plus I'm a big fan of Kate and Grace, but it should be a good match. Let's get it started.
We are here for another teams match, and the faction wars have begun.
Yes, we are. Christian George Harloff. Today's match is the Butcher Boys taking on the Pride, and I have but one question and one question only for you. Who the hell are these people?
Good question. Well, look, I think you can put together when you say the Pride, they come from the Den.
They're Lions.
Rachel Silvestrini, who is now turning into a veteran. She's been in the league for a little bit, and she's coupled with rookie sensation, you will say, Ben the Bandit Goddard. The two of them, they got a chip on their shoulder. They want to become champions. They want to be champions for the Den, but they got to go through the dungeon, and these new guys, the Butcher Boys.
They seem very angry, the Pride. Now, like Rachel Silvestrini, we know what she can do in the realm of Disney movies. She took John Roca to the limit last season, and then this Ben Goddard comes along. You know Ben Goddard from movies such as Drive and Only God Forgives. And now he's trying his hand at movie trivia, but the Butcher Boys, or as I call them, the M&M Boys, because it's Mancuso and Mugen, and boy, do they know a lot about movies.
We think so. I mean, Vinny obviously is a writer for Collider, and we met Owen on the days as a producer for Reels. So, I mean, they both know their movies.
We used to be
really
on television.
A long time ago. Oh, how we've fallen. Now,
Channel 238 on DirecTV.
Yes. Was that what it was?
I believe so.
I believe you're right. Thank you so much.
Yes.
RB3 killing it over there. So, ladies and gentlemen, to have these two, can they answer questions? Can they get it under the lights? And the big question that everyone was asking was like, who are these guys and why would Kaiser draft them? Because the thing with Kaiser is Kaiser was scrutinized for his picks in the draft. Because they said, well, he's picked all these rookies. Kaiser also has made his name by managing rookies. He took Oyama to the championship. He took Smets to the championship. Zipper saw a run that he hadn't had before previous. So he knows how to deal with newcomers.
Yeah, Kaiser lambasted on the Facebook pages after that draft, but at least he's good looking. I'm just getting word he's not actually attractive either.
Right.
So the Butcher Boys taking on the Pride. We had a pregame interview with each team. Let's see what they had to say.
So you're going to have to tell me who we playing? Rachel, what's her nuts, and Bagel Ben, baby boy, baby blue bagel boy.
Oh, hi guys. You're looking at the Pride of the Den.
So let me introduce you to the Butcher Boys. They came here for two reasons. One, to run through the teams division, and two, to steal Harloff's stereo out of his Nissan Altima.
Who are these nobodies?
One of them's got a jean vest on, and I gotta tell you, I really like it, and that's not a good thing.
Oh, everybody's talking about Kaiser had a bad draft. The dungeon's gonna be in shambles this year. You know what I like to say about people like that? They got no vision. My track record in the Schmoedown speaks for itself. I turned nobodies, no offense, into stars. You saw what I did with Oyama. You saw what I did with Smets. This ain't gonna be no different. These guys are ready to roll.
John Roca was talking about the tragedy of him being drafted 4th round. Oh, you poor baby, you were protected. Oh, man. I was drafted 5th. Are you kidding me? I took Roca to the ropes. It was the last question. Y'all slept on Rachel Silvestrini, no more. And let me not forget the other half of the Pride, okay?
You guys saw what I did to RB3. Didn't even break a sweat. The best part of Brett's match was when I celebrated with him. That's all people came to see. That's all you tune in to see on SCN Live. You're here to
to see me.
Now I know you like to take a bite out of the competition, so here's some ribs for you.
Oh my God.
Okay, made those last night. Okay, and I got a bar of soap because I don't have to wash your mouth out later, probably.
And let me tell you something about Rachel Copperpot and Benny Bagel Bites. Those two are more concerned about playing Candyland with the humanoids than winning this match.
Kaiser, aka Dumber Seth Rogen, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what he said because when these two sweep the floor with his voice, it doesn't matter. Laugh with me.
Now, you weren't lying, though, Mark. It does certainly look like Silvestrini and Goddard have a chip on their shoulder.
There's just
They're
some
angry.
sort of like lip curl, Billy
Yeah.
Idol, punk rock quality about them.
We saw that start to form in Rachel Silvestrini's last team match when she lost in the teams tournament, that she's just fed up. She feels like she's being overlooked. She feels like the only ones who really appreciate her are this den, is Goddard, is Grace and Kate. So maybe that edge actually helps out in the teams. But then you see Kaiser really doing the majority of the talking for the Butcher Boys and maybe letting the trivia talk for them.
Yeah, but can I tell you, I really think Owen and Vinny might have something special in the world of chemistry. Like you said, with Ben and Rachel, could be combustible, which we've seen in the past lead to greatness with teams, but it also can mean a quick exit. The Butcher Boys are who I have my eye on, possibly to pull the upset here today.
All right, give me the tail of the tape there, buddy.
The tail of the tape for the Butcher Boys. They are very good cutting veal. They'll even do a lamb, and they will certainly do a porterhouse.
Nice.
The Pride, on the other hand, look, Ben Goddard, you know he knows a lot about new releases. Like we said, Rachel Silvestrini, Disney movies, and they both know a whole lot about romantic comedies, the movies that make us believe that love could actually exist.
Do the Butcher Boys actually have any real strengths?
Oh yeah, they're actually really good at dramas, action, adventure, and you know Owen Mugen loves him some sci-fi, so if he gets a Star Trek question, look the F out.
All right, so with that, I ask you, are you ready?
I am ready because I believe it's time.
It is time.
I did it
for
right.
the movie trivia Schmoedown.
I did it right. I set him up.
3 rounds in the teams division. Introducing first, led to the ring by their manager, Kaiser, representing the Dungeon, making their Schmoedown debut. Vinny, the Ice Pick Mancuso, and Owen Mugen, the Butcher Boy.
Wow, and video grew there as well. Heavens, Batson's here. I like that. There's Vinny drinking what appears to be a margarita from Senor Frogs.
Yeah, I think the video crew doesn't really know what to do with Owen, but she's greetings on. She's like a cheerleader that came back from the dead.
That's right, and Kaiser wearing a Faith No More shirt. That is indeed epic.
All right. And their opponents, representing the Dead, led to the ring by their manager, Kate the Mount Mulligan, making their Schmoedown team debut. Rachel, the Shooting Star Silvestrini, and Ben, the Bandit Goddard. This is the Pride.
James Gandolfini just walked out. That's actually Sean Sullivan. And the equally bearded Brandon Hanna. And then here's Rachel, and there's Ben, and there's the dead mother herself. Hey, Mulligan coaching up the video through. What's happening there?
Maybe they'll trade. Like it seems. Well, it's not Robert Meyer Burnett, so there won't be a trade because Robert Meyer Burnett likes to trade everything.
He likes to get very active on his waiver wire.
Look at that gold up there by the smash.
Look at all this talent is a strong word, but look at everybody up there.
Looks like a bad musical cast. Oh, here we go.
Tricks are for kids. Playtime's over, Rugrats.
All right. I don't know.
Hanson when you need him.
Is that still a brand? Because if it is still a brand, we're gonna have to blur that
I
out.
smelled that
It is
hot
still-
bag. Not a good look. That was rough.
The movie trivia Schmoedown brought to you by General Mills. What a burn from aisle 7 at your neighborhood Ralph's.
I already have the notes from my producers that say don't do that. They're not a sponsor.
And we move on to the rules of round number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a team format in round number 1. It is an individual exercise of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. You may not rely on the strength of your partner to answer questions correctly in round number 1. Each point you accrue will be added to your team's total. The field of competitors will be asked 8 questions from 8 different corners of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. Each question is worth a point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number 1. As soon as we ask the question, you have about 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard in front of you. Wait until we address you by name to reveal your answer both to the camera and to verbalize it into your microphone. You each, as a team, have 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. You also each have 1 challenge to be used at any point throughout the 3 rounds. Christian.
All right, so then we first start with the pride. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Then we ask the Butcher Boys, are you ready?
I am ready. Are we allowed to smoke in here?
Not right now, but maybe if you win.
Then, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! All right, first request we ever had for smoking.
Not on air.
It's bad for you, kids, but it looks cool.
Right.
But it's bad.
We're going to cut all
Don't
that.
do it.
Action adventure is the first category here, ladies and gentlemen. In which 90s action film does Dennis Hopper play a villain who says, "Pop quiz, hot shot"?
I was always up for the pop quizzes in school. You know, I like being. I prefer a spur of the moment test than something you had to study for because I rarely studied.
Well, 5,
Wake Forest University graduate.
3,
Mark Ellis.
2, 1. Ben?
Speed?
Yes. Vinny?
That's speed.
Yes. And Rachel?
Speed.
And Owen?
That would be speed.
Everybody got it. All right. Start here from the team.
And the hot tub is frothing as we move on to new releases. These are movies recently released in theaters. Which actress starred in the 2019 films Fighting with My Family and Midsommar?
Or Midsummer.
It is Midsommar, Christian.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Take it easy, will you?
I will not.
Oh, fine.
Midsommar.
Got angry.
Orange
I spent my Sommars in Williamsburg, Virginia.
4, 3, 2, 1, and we start with Vinny.
Florence Pugh?
There it is.
You spelled it right. Yes.
Florence Pugh?
Yes. And Owen?
I just gave her last name.
Didn't have it. Okay. And Ben? Florence Pugh. Okay, so everybody except Owen had it on that one. So Pride goes up 4-3. 4-3. Okay, next question here. Dramas. Who stars as Whitey Bulger in the crime drama Black Mass?
I got a question for you. So on Jeopardy, a lot of times they just answer the last name, and Alex seems to be okay with that.
Johnny Depp.
Is that true?
Maybe, but that's not. He doesn't
I know it's not
our
our rules. I'm asking about the Jeopardy rules.
I don't know.
Can I have a conversation
5.
with you?
No.
It is not
4.
about the Schmoedown?
No.
That's what
3. You sound like my wife. 2.
How are your kids?
Great. 1. Pens down, please, and we start with Rachel.
Johnny Depp.
Yes. Owen.
Johnny Depp.
And Ben.
Johnny Depp.
Vinny.
Johnny Depp.
There we go.
There we go. The mark rate is the market so far. We move on to comic book movies. These are movies based on comic books. And your question, who plays the character Perry White in the film Man of Steel? You talk about getting lambasted on the message boards.
Oh,
I still remember my review.
I just remember
Man of
that.
Steel, not well received by the community.
It's like, no,
Lawrence
they didn't like what
Fishburne.
he said.
I enjoyed the film.
Not at the time, he didn't. 5, 4.
Go back and watch it.
3, 2.
It's a little bland.
1. Pens down. And Owen.
Laurie Fishburne.
Yes. Lawrence Fishburne. Yep. Vinny.
Lawrence Fishburne.
And Rachel.
Lawrence Fishburne.
There we go.
There it is.
I love
All the teams doing really well here. Only 1 point missed thus far. Question 5 is fantasy sci-fi. In which 90s sci-fi action film does a crew operate 2 space shuttles called the Freedom and Independence?
Begs the question, if I gave you a space shuttle, which I might do at some point.
Yeah, sure.
What are you naming it? What's the
Garfield.
name?
No?
I'm giving you a space shuttle and you're
Yeah.
naming it Garfield?
Why not? I like lasagna.
Better than Heathcliff.
5, 4.
Can you, repeat the question, please?
Yes. In which 90s sci-fi action film does a crew operate 2 space shuttles called the Freedom and Independence? That's the first repeat there by the Butcher Boys.
Did you name your shuttle Garfield because you looked at my jacket?
That's exactly why I did.
Apollo 13.
Then I'll name mine Odie.
Good. Why do I look like Odie? 5, 4, 3.
That John was a weird guy.
2, he was. 1. Pens down, please, and we start with Ben.
Armageddon?
Yes, Vinny.
I drew a bunch of lines and stuff.
So no, that was incorrect,
Good one.
right?
Event Horizon.
No, and
Armageddon.
so Owen Goddard. But Ben Goddard now is the only one who has not missed.
Yes, he is still perfect, and if he remains perfect for the rest of this round, Ben Goddard will be asked a bonus question just for him. But before that, we get to category number 6, which is in the world of comedies. Great crowd. Great crowd. And your question is, in what Adam Sandler comedy will you find the fictional college football team, the Louisiana Cougars?
Go ahead and say it. What? Oh, come on, that was a Cougar joke waiting to happen.
Oh no, I was thinking about your football team, the Florida State Seminoles.
They lost.
Falling on hard times.
Eat it. 5, 4.
Again, we could have just had a conversation.
3. No, I don't like you. 2.
You turned into Kaiser.
1. God help us all. And start with Vinny.
Waterboy?
Yes. Rachel?
Plays that foosball.
Yes. Owen?
Waterboy.
And?
Waterboy.
Yes. Okay.
I got it.
All right. Next question here. Horror/thriller. Who plays the marine biologist Matt Hooper in Jaws?
You ever see this movie?
6 times.
Pretty good.
But never sober.
Jaws of Revenge was on TV last night.
Oh, that's the one I was never sober for.
Richard Dreyfuss.
The shark
5
has ESP.
4. It's ridiculous. 3.
Repeat the question.
First one.
What?
Who plays marine biologist
Armageddon.
Matt Hooper in Jaws?
So anyway, the shark has ESP, right?
Yes.
And it just wants to eliminate everybody in the Brody family, so it swims all the way down to the Bahamas where great whites cannot live,
I know, it's amazing.
just to kill a Brody.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We start with Rachel.
Couldn't pull it.
Didn't have it. Owen.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Yes, Richard Dreyfuss is correct.
Okay.
Richard Dreyfuss.
That's correct. And
Richard
Richard
Dreyfuss.
Dreyfuss ties it up. So now it's tied. However, even though it is tied, we get to animated. Now, Ben Goddard, should he hit this one?
Should he hit this one?
It is a perfect game for him and only him.
And it is a toughie.
All right.
Like Christian said, this is in the world of animated movies drawn by hand or on a computer. The question, who provides the voice of Princess Anna in Frozen?
That's pronounced Anna.
I literally said it like
I know, but it's also written that way, so I wanted to read it and do credit to the writers.
Do you know Anna spends her summers
Kristen
in
Bell?
Somewhere.
It's either Kristen Bell or Randy
I was
Moore.
trying to think
4,
of like a Disney town.
2,
Briarwood.
1. And we start with Owen.
Kristen Bell.
Yes. Ben.
Kristen Bell.
Perfect round. And Vinny.
Kristen Bell.
Yes. And
Kristen
Rachel.
Bell.
Kristen. All right. So it is tied. It is tied. However, now Ben Goddard has a chance to put the pride within 1. By 1, if he hits this bonus, this is for you and only you, Ben. You do not have to write it down. You just have to answer it. Are you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. In which 1983 film will you hear a criminal say,
Scarface.
"The world is yours"?
Scarface.
Scarface.
That's correct.
All right.
So Ben Goddard carrying over what he did against RB3 and showing that he maybe does have this rookie sensation thing around him too. Perfect round. Look at him. And
That's
no
fine.
struggle.
That's fine.
He also looked
That's fine.
Stringy also hit 6 points in that round too, so she had a nice round.
And the Butcher Boys
14.
hanging with them right there.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a 1-point game. It could not be closer unless it was tied. And now, as each team gets a little bit of a refresher from their manager, we move on to round number 2, which is known as the wheel round. Today's wheel provided by the incredibly talented Alex Marzoni. Everybody, how about a hand for Alex? Check out his music wherever you enjoy new tunes. The wheel is a sponsored slice featured wheel today. The sponsored slice from our movie trivia Schmoedown patron is Adam Sandler. How about a hand for all the Patreon members out there? One of them sponsored that Adam Sandler slice. So if either team spins Adam Sandler and keeps it and chooses to hear questions from the world of Adam Sandler, we'll say the name of that patron. Thank you for all your support.
I really have to thank for all the support. We have a lot of new patrons this season, especially after the Roka documentary and all these new things coming out. There's so many new patrons that we say thank you. If you're watching for the first time and you want to be a patron, make sure you go and check it out. It is patreon.com/Schmoedown.
Yeah,
so thank
that
you.
Roka documentary is great. Whatever happened to that guy?
He's still a reigning team's champion.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's
Well,
87 years old.
Probably catch up on my notes. Anyway, in round number 2, now the teams may confer on each and every question. As this is a team format, once you settle on a category, you're going to hear 6 questions from that particular wheel slice. Each question's worth 2 points. However, stealing is available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, you and your teammate may ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is a correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1. The Pride, sitting in the higher ranked chair, also has a 1-point lead. So Ben, Rachel, the choice is yours. Would you like to spin the wheel first or defer to your Butcher Boy opponents?
We're going to go first.
They're going to go first, and it does appear Ben is going to be giving the spin.
So Ben is, look at the swagger.
He like
That's
the wheel
right.
guy, though?
He does. I mean, he's proven himself obviously on SEN. He proved
like the
himself in
wheels
that
master.
RB3. That's all right.
That's a good spin.
Spin that goes around.
Ben looks 80% cool, 20% blind with those sunglasses.
30. All right, and here's the spin. Uh-oh.
It's going around.
But he's getting through it.
It could be Sandler, Christian.
It is Sandler. Adam Sandler.
Okay.
Are they going to keep
So
Adam
Sandler's the pick.
It might be.
And here comes Rachel wearing her Wake Forest University colors.
We're going to see if they actually choose Adam Sandler. They're going to stick with it.
Rachel, a big Demon Deacon fan.
Gonna do it.
They're going to keep it, which allows me to say the name of the patron. How about a huge hand for Sushi Mozunder, ladies and gentlemen. Big fan. Big fan of Sushi. Thank you for all your support, Sushi, and thank you to all of our patrons. We could not do this show without you.
All right, so Mark, you want to bring these questions up here?
I will bring these questions up.
Frozen margarita in a
Why don't you
blender.
do it?
All right, let's start with Adam
It was
Sandler.
frozen like 10 minutes ago.
Here we go. First question. Adam Sandler plays Barry Egan, who's a man who owns a company that markets themed toilet plungers and other novelty items. In which film? Five, four,
Multiple.
Is it A, Spanglish, B, Reign Over Me, C, Men, Women, and Children, or D, Punch Drunk Love?
Spanglish? Spanglish?
D, Punch Drunk Love is correct for 1 point.
They had to go to multiple choice. Smart move because I think Butcher Boys had that one.
Adam Sandler voices the character of Donald the Capuchin Monkey in which 2011 family film?
The capuchin monkey?
Sure. You want to correct me on the air? That's fine.
You did your best.
I did my best. She got the point. 5, 4, 3.
Multiple.
Is it A, Hotel Transylvania, B, 8 Crazy Nights, Z, Zookeeper, D, G-Force?
Zookeeper?
That's Zookeeper.
Zookeeper for 1 point. That is correct. Okay.
Zookeeper.
Next
Comedy
one.
classic starring Kevin James.
Who plays Lucy Whitmore, Henry's love interest
Drew
with
Barrymore.
short-term memory loss in the film 51st
Drew
Dates?
Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore.
For 1 point. That is correct.
That's 2 points. That's 2 points.
Sorry, 2 points.
How dare you?
2 points.
You peachy and monkey.
That's right. All right, last one. Who plays Satan in Little Nicky?
Shoot, what? He was in Reservoir Dogs. Harvey Keitel.
Harvey Keitel.
2 points. Nice.
That's good. Rodney Dangerfield plays Lucifer, but Harvey Keitel is Satan, 2 very different characters in Little Nicky.
That's 4 questions.
That is 4 questions, 2 more.
Here we go. All right. Who plays the role of James Caretaker Farrell in
Chris Rock.
The Longest Yard?
Chris Rock.
That's Chris Rock.
For 2 points. And last one. In the film Hotel Transylvania, who voices the character of the Invisible Man? 5, 4, 3.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, David Spade, B, John Lovitz, C, Kevin James, D, Steve Buscemi?
John
I'm sorry, can
Lovitz.
you say C again? We missed it.
Kevin James, D, Steve Buscemi.
John Lovitz.
So can we get the multiple? We get one for your multiple choice. We'll do it again.
A, David Spade, B, John Lovitz, C, Kevin James, D, Steve Buscemi.
John Lovitz.
Pressure really threw him off, huh?
Yeah, David Spade.
This is correct for 1 point.
Yeah, it was the pressure. Not your funny making up voices.
All right, so that was 6, yes?
That is 6. Yes.
6. So with that, the Pride sees himself up 10.
It's a good round.
It was a good round.
to.
They went to multiple a few different times, but they didn't miss any, and then they got nothing stolen from them.
Yeah,
so.
they did not give the Butcher Boys a chance to get up off the mat, so it is now a 10-point deficit that they face as they step up to the wheel. So Owen, Vinny, who's going to be doing the spinning? It is going to be Owen.
Owen's going for it now. Look, if they hit a strength and they can really run the board here, they can find themselves up a couple points.
Barely.
So we're going to find out exactly what happens here as Owen spins the wheel.
There it is.
There's the spin.
Butcher
Boys here trying to make a
His
stance
Star
here.
Trek tattoos.
And look at the pride, though. Ben Goddard has definitely shown that he's not a fluke after that.
I like Owen's jacket. It's like
Oh!
Indiana Jones.
And
It is Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett
I don't
Johansson.
know who that is.
Definitely Ben Goddard was
Spin it.
they're going to spin it again.
They're gonna spin it again.
There it is.
And
There's the spin.
round and round it goes.
There is the spin.
And Kate
This is
Mulligan,
big.
the den mother, can barely watch. She's so excited.
She's so invested in it. It's
You
incredible.
can't see her on
Yeah,
camera.
no,
She's
not
crouched
really.
in like a puma position.
This is not a good spin, though. Here, look at this. It looks like it's going to do exactly what they want it to do.
Kevin Smith film.
Kevin Smith it is. So this is
Independent comedy stylings of Kevin Smith.
the obvious strength of Rachel Silvestrini, who has cleared the board on this many different times.
That's right, so they do not want to give away a steal to the Pride. Butcher Boys, you have selected, maybe not your choice, but the wheel chose Kevin Smith for you, so you will hear 6 questions in that category. Your first question for 2 points. In the 1999 film Dogma, which comedic actor plays Rufus, the 13th Apostle?
Go for it. It's Chris Rock.
Once again, in my opinion, the greatest comic of all time. 2 points. Your next question, gentlemen, as you celebrate your one answered question correct.
Where's more?
Yoga Hosers takes place in what country?
Canada.
2 more points.
How is that a 2-point question?
Going to within striking distance. Your next question.
Place takes in America.
Go figure.
Who voices Elsa?
Your next question.
That's a 1 point.
Adele Dazeem. It's our turn, please. Drink your melted margarita.
There we go.
Thank you. The voice of reason, Vinny, the guy with the sleeveless denim jacket. All right. Your next question, pulling us to halfway in this round number 2 in the world of Kevin Smith. In which Kevin Smith film does Ben Affleck's brother Casey have a quick cameo?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Mallrats, B, Chasing Amy, C, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, or D, Clerks 2?
Jay and Silent Bob.
5.
Be a Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
That is incorrect.
That is messed up.
Your options for the Pride:
Clerks
A,
2.
Mallrats, B, Chasing Amy, C, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, or D, Clerks 2.
Chasing Amy.
That's a point, and that's a big steal. 45 knew they were capable of it, and they lived up to that promise. We go back to the Butcher Boys. 3 questions remain in round number 2. Your next question: what comic book legend plays himself in the film Mallrats as he dispenses advice to
Stan
Brody?
Lee.
It'd be a Stan the Man Lee.
That is Stan the Man Lee for 2 points.
Are there any more softballs in that bag for him?
So now it's a 5-point deficit for the Butcher Boys.
Stop whining.
And Arnold has laid the gavel down. Butcher Boys, you have 2 questions left in the world of Kevin Smith films. Your penultimate question: in 2010's classic Cop Out, Jimmy Monroe, and Paul Hodges are detectives with which city?
Detroit. I think it's Detroit. I think. I could be way off. But I think
Can we
it's
get multiple choice, please?
I can provide that. Is it A, Los Angeles,
All right, it's not
B,
Detroit.
Miami, C, Cleveland, or D, New York?
L.A.
Cleveland, Ohio.
It is not Cleveland, Ohio. Once again, the Pride, your options. Is it A, Los Angeles, B, Miami, C,
LA?
Cleveland, or D, New York?
New York.
It is New York for a point. And the squeaky wheel getting the grease, Christian. They've been complaining a lot, but they've also been getting some steals. 26-20. Go back to the Butcher Boys. Your last question in the world of Kevin Smith for 2 points to pull within 4 going into the final round. In Clerks, Randall asks Dante which Star Wars film he prefers. What is Dante's answer?
The Empire Strikes Back.
5, 4, 3. Can you repeat the question?
I certainly can.
Second one.
For a JT rule. In the film Clerks, Randall asks Dante which Star Wars film he prefers. What is Dante's answer?
Is it Return of the Jedi?
That is incorrect for a big 2-point steal to Pride.
I'm sorry, it's like they haven't seen a Kevin Smith movie. What?
Okay, gonna have to give my count. 4, 3, 2,
Empire.
1.
Empire Strikes Back. It ran out of time. She said
Wow, it's almost like you've never seen a Kevin Smith movie.
Oh, answer the question.
Oh, it's almost like they've never seen a Kevin Smith movie before.
The manager
Oh my
goodness. So there's a challenge now.
All right, we are back after conferring with the manager of the Pride, Kate Mulligan, amongst ourselves. As the judges, we are going to rule that while it was a sloppy answer, Rachel Silvestrini said Empire. In the film Clerks, one of Dante's answers is actually Empire. Added on to that is that Christian's countdown had hit 1. Ben Goddard threw in Empire Strikes Back before the count had gotten to 0. So we are going to give the 2-point steal to the Pride.
All right, now we find ourselves going into round number 3 with the Pride with an 8-point lead over the Butcher Boys.
3 big steals that netted them a total of 4 points. So it could be a very different ballgame. The Butcher Boys still have an opportunity here, but they're going to be playing from behind for the majority of round number 3. They're going to have to answer all of their questions correctly, or at least their 3 and their 5, to have a chance against the Pride.
All right, so we start with the Pride who has the lead here. Mark, did you go over the rules?
I was about to after you set me up.
Sorry. Mark, let's go over the rules for round number 3.
Christian, I'll take the ball from here. In round number 3, each team is going to hear 3 questions. However, the first and second question each team hears are not answerable by the team consulting each other. It's an individual exercise. Here's how we get the questions. Each team gives us a series of numbers. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. Each number corresponds to a different corner of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. Your first question is worth 2 points. Your next one is worth 3 points. And your last one, should we make it that far, is worth 5 big points. Once we tell the team the category of your 2-point question, the team must decide which member is going to be answering that query individually. The opposite team member will be answering the 3-point question. You may only confer with your teammate for the 5-point question.
Yes,
Christian.
All right, so we start now with the Pride who has the 8-point advantage here. Please pick 3 numbers from 1 to 20.
3, 7, and 11.
3, 7, and 11.
All odds. Interesting choice.
And now for the Butcher Boys.
Where?
12, 20, 19.
12, 20, and 19 for the Butcher Boys. All right, so let's start now with the Butcher Boys who will get... Kaiser needed to get out of there. So now, now we start with the Butcher Boys who chose category 12.
What's that category, Christian?
2-pointer is Sly and Arnie films.
Ooh.
Who's taking Sly and Arnie films?
2 legendary thespians.
Yes. All right, there you go.
Owen's taking
Sly and Arnie. In which film does Arnold Schwarzenegger say the line, "It's nice to meet you"?
Batman and Robin.
What is Batman and Robin? That is correct. There you go. All right, so now it goes to Vinny. Vinny needs to hit this 3-pointer here. If he hits it,
20.
If he hits it, they stay in the game. If he misses, the Pride will win via TKO. He chose a number 20. All right, Vinny, you chose category number 20. That is the realm of comedy.
It's round 3, guys. This is serious.
Yeah, that's right. What is the collective name given to the trilogy of films Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End?
The Cornetto trilogy.
That is correct. Butcher Boys staying in it. All right, so now we get to a place where if the Butcher Boys hit their 5-pointer, they will bounce back to the Pride. However, if they miss, the Pride will still win via TKO. All right, so category number 19, I believe. Number 19.
It is number 19, and reminder to the Butcher Boys, you may consult with your teammate on this question.
Okay. All right, here we go. The category is Julia Roberts films.
Oh, I like her.
That's right. In Mystic Pizza, what does Daisy fill Charlie's car with when she thinks she has caught him cheating on her? Can confer here, guys.
I believe they have one JT
We
rule.
have one JT rule left, yes.
Seen that movie one time.
So it's a little bit of time.
5, 4,
JT, read the question, please.
the last one. In Mystic Pizza, what does Daisy fill Charlie's car with when she thinks she has caught him cheating on her?
Have you seen the movie?
I have.
How recently?
Not in a while.
Can you recall it?
No.
In now, about 7 seconds.
Is it
golf balls?
And your winner, five-way home technical knockout, Rachel Silverstreet, and got it, the Pride. Looking for fish. Fills the car with fish. Gross. So Ben Goddard and Rachel Silverstreet doing it, and they both played really well. Ben Goddard has become this star that people thought he was going to be, answering a perfect game. I don't think he missed much. Played really well. And Silverstreet taking all those steals from the Kevin Smith movies, which she's really done very well.
You know, Christian, we talk about that combustible energy that sometimes happens within a team, and I think it played itself out to a T if you are the Den, because you had Ben with his perfect round number 1. You had Rachel coming in round number 2, stealing a lot of points because she knows her Kevin Smith backwards and forwards and sideways. It really amounted to a match where they didn't even have to answer a question in round number 3. But I will say the Butcher Boys fought valiantly. They just got saddled with some tough questions. On a different day, this could have been their victory.
Well, it's true. I think that the Butcher Boys are a team that we will see again for sure, and it'll be a fun to watch them play again. But the story is the Pride, and because of what they have done and what they yet another victory for the Den. Den finds himself in a nice position here. They've had a good season so far.
Kate Mulligan doing well.
Kate Mulligan and Grace Hancock, who couldn't be here today, and once again, this is a big win for Silverstreet.
Yeah.
She needed this win for her Schmoedown career. But Goddard, coming out the gate here, 2 straight victories, 1 in teams, 1 in singles. You know, the Bandits
When he
for real.
started engineering SEN Live, did you see this potential in him, or are you shocked as everybody else?
No, I think that's the whole point. I think that he's one of those guys that kind of came out of nowhere, and he's got the chip on the shoulder for the Pride. I think is the reason why they are doing as well as they are. They're out to prove something, and both of them have done so far. It's like, I don't know. All right, Jen, let's get ready to smash the carp, or whatever this thing is called.
Smash the carp.
Congratulations, guys, on a fantastic win today. Rachel, I see you beaming. This is kind of a new start for you because you've struggled a little bit in teams and you haven't always had a partner that can hold up their side of it. How does it feel to be playing with someone that elevates your play to that next level?
It is amazing. Ben got his perfect first round. I got the steals together. We are going to be unstoppable in this league. Anybody who is sleeping on either of us can go suck it. We are here to prove that we are contenders, and we're here for those belts.
I just want to clarify, suck it is referring to a lollipop, because we know that, if you ever feel like, oh, I'm so bored, I guess I'll just watch people dominate a league, I'll suck on a lot. That's what she was trying to get at. So, I just want to clarify that.
Makes perfect sense. And Ben, you've really come into this league and just kind of asserted your dominance already. How does it feel to come in and make such an impact so quickly?
Just want to real quick clarify asserted dominance. She just means, she's just talking, Jen's just talking about how good you are at the game. Don't answer any other questions, Benny boy. My perfect baby.
What she said.
Yeah. No, today was a great team win. Like I said, I managed to give us a 1-point lead in the first round. I did not know any of those Kevin Smith steal questions, so that was all Rachel. I got to give this, like, getting up like 8 points, going into round 3, that puts a lot of pressure on them to get all 3 questions right. So this win is for sure Rachel's, because her strength was Kevin Smith, and she just looked over me every time they got something wrong. She's like, I got this. So shout out to Rachel. So she did great.
But speaking of Kevin Smith, there was quite a bit of, I wouldn't call it trash talk, maybe a little more psychological warfare going on out there. What was going through your head out there, and why were you interacting with the other team so much?
Well, I mean, if they're here to prove that they can hang, they have to prove that they can hang. Whether it's smack talk or just getting time to think, I've had to face it. I've had to pull through it. Now they had to.
And it obviously did not go their way. But you did do a fantastic job with all those steals. Were you excited when they landed on Kevin Smith?
Oh, I was humming. I was so happy. I was like, well, if we're not going to get it, they're going to get it. And they did. And then we ruled.
I watched you crack your knuckles, and I said, this is going to be absolutely filthy. Anyways, guys, congratulations on a victory today. And Rachel, like I said, it's just so good to see you. I feel like you finally found a match here. I feel like this could be a very special team to watch this season, and I'm really excited about it, and excited for you.
I just am excited to stand next to you. I always am. You smell like an angel.
Back to you guys.
Well, there you go.
Can confer an angelic scent emanating from Jen Sturger.
But I think Jen was right, though. You can tell the smile on Rachel Silvestrini's face that she knows she's got a contender here.
Yep.
The two of them, they played very well together. She absolutely, that was her second round. It was Goddard's first round. They played as a really good team. The question I have is, do you think, I'm shocked, not shocked, but I'm curious if Kate Mulligan wants them to face up against Deep 13 to get a little revenge.
That could be the case, because if you look at Deep 13, I feel like that's kind of the same format of team that you have with the Pride, where it's maybe you're not coming at it where the teammates know the same wheel slices better, but that usually works well in the team format. You complement my knowledge, and therefore we dominate the entire wheel.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a team like that that can really balance each other out, that is a really interesting dynamic.
Shampoo and conditioner, Christian. It's Perk Plus.
It absolutely is. And it's funny too, because I see part of the team champion sitting in there, Dangerous Dan Merles, and I'm very curious to how he analyzed that match, what he sees when he's looking at potential competitors that are coming up the ranks.
I think inside his head is a beautiful mind, except with like reels of celluloid just shooting through all the way back from the early days of the talkies through the 80s, the 90s, and up to today. That's what's inside Dan Merle's head. Now we're going to find out what's inside the head of Vinny, Owen, the Butcher Boys, as we turn it back to Jen Sturger.
Kaiser, I can already tell you are just not in the mood to be messed with today.
I hated Kevin Smith's movies when I walked in. And I hate those piece of crap films even more now. But look, Smets is going to lock the Butcher Boys up in the dungeon for a couple hours, feed them a few thousand questions, and we're going to get these guys back on stride. They're ready to play. They're ready to drink, clearly. Look, old Fanny Pack Mulligan and the Yahtzee twins had a good day at the office. So, what can you say? It just wasn't our day, but we'll be back.
Hi, thank you, Jen. This was such a very fun game for us to play. Of course, going so early in the morning, it's natural that people who have never played before versus children who've been playing this game a little while, they're going to have a little bit of a temper tantrum. But that's okay. We still had a fun time playing, and I hope to see Iceman and whoever very soon.
You know you weren't playing, right?
Uh-huh.
So I saw you guys get a little animated, especially during the Kevin Smith questions. Was it more about their disrespect, or was it about them talking while you guys were trying to come up with answers and work together?
It was I would say, a punishing, highly disrespectful interruption designed to really make Vinny go into a rage.
In hindsight, this did not help.
It usually never does. I'm still wondering what's in there, and second of all, if you're going to get mono, because I saw multiple people taking sips out of it during the match.
He's lucky.
And let's be clear, this game has showed us a very good thing, which is don't get too cocky, or else maybe you're going to run up the buzzer and not say the one answer you definitely know.
That's the smartest thing you've ever said, Drew.
The dungeon may have had a tough go at it today, but you know what? We still got players who are ready to get after it this year. These guys are rookies. They're going to have their slips, but they're going to be back. I got Parker coming out. Smasher's going to be defending that title. This does not shake us, okay? The dungeon is reborn. The dungeon will be back, and we're ready to get fired up for the next match. That's all, man.
Ladies night on Tuesdays.
back to you guys.
It was the circus we thought it would be, and Jen started doing, the best that she can there with those lunatics.
It's a lot of surfing. What is in that blender? Is it a real margarita? Is it a fake margarita?
It was. Look, they got thrown off there. The Butcher Boys definitely started out strong and had a really good first round, and then in that second round they hit the Pride's strength, and the Pride had an amazing second round. They had a bunch of steals, and they put themselves up in enough of a lead where they won the match by TKO. So it's a really good start for both Silvestrini and Goddard again, because Goddard though has shown himself now as a double threat. He's won his match in singles, he's won his match in teams, and you're going to see a lot more of him, obviously.
And they played the game well. This was a game that was determined in large part due to the classic auteur, Kevin Smith, but also because Ben and Rachel know how to play, they know how to get a steal, they know how to prepare their answer. We had that issue with the challenge, but I think it was the correct ruling, and it was one of the reasons why they were able to score a technical knockout here today.
Well, that is it, and once again, the Den showing their teeth as we get closer and closer to a potential showdown, maybe with the exchange or whatever it might be. There's a lot to be happening, and if you guys want to follow exactly what's happening in the rankings, you can do it. Frankie Numbers has gone to the Schmoedownlive.com, and one of the first tabs you see are the faction rankings. You can find out all of the rankings, everything there. Make sure you check it out.
You can also get tickets for upcoming live events at the Schmoedownlive.com. It's all right there. Check out our Facebook fan page. Check us out wherever you enjoy podcasts. That's Christian Harloff. You can watch him on SEN Live every weekday. I'm Mark Ellis. Sometimes they let me in the studio.
That's true. All right, and we will see you next time for the Baby Carrots one himself. I'm Christian Harloff. See you next time.
Well, that was a good match. Vinny and Owen, they tried their best. They just got unlucky in round 2 with Kevin Smith, and we've seen before what Rachel can do with that category, and she did it again. Ben Goddard, he's emerging. He's a real threat. And, they played really well together. I don't know who I want to see the Pride face next, but whoever it is, I'm down to watch. Absolutely. And Kate. Kate is just so fucking hilarious. I love her as a manager, and I love her in the accent. I don't care if you don't. I do. I love it. And Kaiser, he's always coming out with these quippy one-liners. He never disappoints in that regard. If you like my reactions, you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Christopher Woodburn. You can find me on Twitter, Chris Woodburn83, Facebook, Christopher Michael Woodburn. So until next time, Mr. Boy C-Dub, peace.